All right, we're out here. I had a few extra minutes while I'm waiting to get started on a job, so I was going to go ahead and do some maintenance on the stump grinder. Mostly just checking the grease fittings, making sure it's greased up. This is Carlton SP6016 with the 54 horsepower Kubota gas. It's the wheeled machine. It's a 2022 model, so you got to grease the main bearings every day, and then so far since I've had it, I haven't greased any of the pivot points on the engine where it turns back and forth, where you're swinging the cutter head and stuff like that, so I'm going to go ahead and do those as well. I got a battery powered Makita grease gun, which I love because these bearings take a little bit to get there. So you grease them until you see new grease coming out the sides of the bearings. So that takes a second, and it's really nice with this electric grease gun. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then I'll have to start the machine, bring the head down to do a couple other bearings for the drive on the cutter head. But you just can't get to the fittings while the head is up. So I'll do these two in the front, drop it down, do 1, 2, 3, 4 for the drive head. I'll show you that in a second. And then we'll do the ones for the pivot points where the cutter head swings back and forth. So one right here on the front. A little bit of grease not coming out because I just put a new tube in. There we go. I got the air bled out from the new tube. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. There it is. Now I'm starting to see grease coming out here, so I can move on to the next one. There it is, seeing grease there. All right, I'm gonna fire it up for just a second and bring that cutter head down. And we'll do those 4 across the top. I'll show you a close-up of those. All right, so these next 4 are, see if I can bring you in a little closer here. Next 4 are right across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got this main drive. You got the belt in there, belt behind that cover, which comes off the engine, and this drives this shaft here. And then you got another belt over here, which drives the actual cutter head. So we got to keep these bearings greased really well. Those are an everyday bearing to grease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and these take quite a bit of grease again, just like the other ones. There we go. Overdid it a little bit on that one. Saw it coming down the bottom. There we go. There we go, that's the main ones. I'm gonna hit these on the side here real quick. Just the pivot points for the engine. Nice thing about this machine is it's actually got a bunch of stickers that say grease fitting all over the place. Well, in the few places that you grease. I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 for the shaft that slides back and forth when you engage the clutch. And then there's 2 for the pivoting head on the engine. I'll grease them, then I'll show you real quick.